Que la que hay. So we're gonna do some eyebrows today. We're gonna take this to that, okay? What I like to use is a pencil, one that has a very micro tip color, usually slightly lighter than my hair so that it's not so explosive of a color, and the other end has a spoolie. And that's the main tool that I use, okay? For sake of education, this is what I want you to know. This is just a beige eyeliner. So you want the beginning of your eyebrow to start right in line with your nose, with the tip of your nose here. So if your eyebrows hair starts further back, I would encourage you to line up some light hair strokes that we'll talk about soon to bring it in. So you want the front, the beginning of your eyebrow to start right by the tip of your nose. You want the highest point, the arc of your eyebrow, to go in between from your eye with your nose in that direction. So here, about there is the arc, okay? Now the tail, the tip at the end, you wanna line it up with the corner of your eye to your nose. So you want it to kind of go to about there, okay? So I have to bring it in. The other thing to note about the end is that I don't wanna bring the tail down, but out, because I don't want it to draw I don't want to bring this down to give it the illusion of it going down. I want to lift, okay? So we're gonna have that going out. So if I keep using this, we're gonna make a line that goes from there to there. That's a straight line. And then from here, out. Okay, and then the same at the top. From here, to there, then on that arc point, and down. So that will be my shape. See if I can get a closer frame there. Okay, now I'm gonna comb these bad boys out. My spoolie end. So I have quite a bit of empty space between where that line is and where my eyebrow meets. It doesn't necessarily mean that if I want to make them wider, I could, right? All I'm gonna do is take this line here, then connect. I am on my skin, on that bare skin, and I'm just gonna fade in this shadow, okay? Of that in between. So I want to keep the dark not on that line, the white line that we created, but on top of it, on the inside of it, to match the straight line that we're doing from down here to there, okay? Then from there, doing the same thing out and making that point. So that's the bottom. And on the top, I don't want to create the line starting from so close in because I want those hair strokes. I want it to be more fluffy looking, more feathered looking on the front end. So I'm going to fill in mostly from here and fill in the gap, keeping it on the inside of that painted line. To create the nice shape. Okay? Instead of using that liner, you could easily carve out first. By carving, I mean using concealer and using a small or a concealer brush or a sharp end brush like this to create the shape that you want first. And then you can go in with this, or you could do it the other way around. It's really your preference. So once you've defined it, the outer edge, you can go in. This is from e.l.f. This is a brow gel. And fill in the rest of it. What can happen after you use this is that very defined line going away. So you might need to return to your pencil and clean up any lines. This can also happen after you've done your face and with all the strokes. Some of those, if while you're putting in your bronzer or your foundation, the lines might shift or might fade away. So you want to make sure to go back and fix them or define them. The areas that give the most impact for definition is your arch, the end, right? From like this half point down, and whatever gaps you need here in the filling it into closer to your nose. And there you go. And that's how you make them sisters, not always twins, right? So they might not be exactly the same. You might need to do things slightly different on either side to make them more similar. But either way, just work with that definition of where your high points and low points need to be. And you should have an accurate eyebrow to really frame your face. And there you go, see? Thank you.